And I just want to welcome all of you. I just saw some of you. So, Cass, welcome back.
Thank you.
Yeah, and Tiffany. So, who are all of your directors?
Mine's Claudia.
Claudia. Alrighty. And
Sherry.
Hi, Sherry.
Hey, and my director, Sherry.
Alrighty.
My director is Justine.
Justine. Okay. And did I hear from Britt?
Claudia.
All right. And we'll see if anybody else joins us. I'm just going to shut my door quickly. All right. So I'm sure people will join us. Hi, Diane. Who's your director? So my name's Claire Dolger. We're from the windy state of Wisconsin. We're having tornadoes and wind and trees down and all sorts of things going on right now. But I want to welcome you to our Moving Up call. And thanks for joining us. So tonight we're going to talk about creating interest in leads for shows and for recruits. So I'm sure everybody has as many recruit leads as they need and as many shows as they need, correct? Does anybody have room for more?
I do.
You have room for more?
Yes, I have room for more.
Okay. So as we are building our businesses, that's what it's all about. It's getting bookings, and now we have more options than ever for shows. So just remember that if you nowadays book a show, you can do one the next day. And that's what the virtual world has done for us. But we also have so many other options. We have our cooking shows, and ask Diane, you can do it within a week and have a very, very successful show. There are catalog shows. There are cooking classes. There are so many different ways to do business. We have bridal registries. We have fundraisers. So we want to talk about all of those. And you probably have heard them from other directors, but now you're going to hear it from me. So maybe I'll give a different perspective. Of course, my people have heard me say things a million times, but you can never hear it enough, right?
Right.
So, all right. So our goal is to generate leads. So when you are going to your shows, we go there in the live shows or the virtual shows to have the sales, but the most important thing is to continue your business and to share this opportunity. And when you go in with that mindset, you're going to have success. And it is definitely a mindset of what are you going to that show for. So the first thing is going to be starting with your show. And if all of you even want to just mute for right now, and then I'll ask some questions in a little bit. But when you go, you have to have that mindset, and you have to look at your show. And from the very moment that you book your show, are you being prompt? That is another booking right there. So if your friends are having fun with you and a great show with you, they're going to recommend you to others. So be thinking, am I prompt in getting everything out? When you walk in that door, are you leaving everything that's negative in the flower pot outside the door? Because this is your host's moment to shine and have her friends, and you are there to entertain them. Is your show short enough and simple enough that people are going to be engaged and having enough time to have fun? But are they also going to see what an easy job that we have? So the more that you go on and 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 on, the longer your show is, you're not necessarily selling more products. You are boring people to death. They are there for an attention span and to have fun with their friends. So we really are encouraging our consultants to use the kit and to gather the products together if you didn't purchase the Ultimate Kit, to get everything together so people can walk in that door and they see that Ultimate Kit sitting there on the table, on the counter, and that is like a great recruiting tool from the moment they walk in the door. So raise your hand if you are doing that. Okay, all right. So, so generating interest during your shows for recruiting is, it's all about the fun and it's all about simplicity. So you can do all sorts of things. I would definitely use I have a hard time thinking of words that I need, sorry folks, but a show outline and using that so your job looks simple. And right now the company outline is so simple, so great. I would definitely use it. You know, there used to be a time we talked about ourselves. I would keep it short and simple because really it's about the people that are there. And what you are saying is relating to each of those people that is sitting in your audience. So when they come in the door and you greet them with a beverage and you're greeting them without your apron on and you're making them feel welcome, you're finding out things about those people right from the very, very beginning. So whether it is finding out if they just came from soccer, if they just came from work, how they know the host, all those questions to ask just so you know what your audience is. So you can kind of gear your words during your show so they feel like you are talking right to them. So one of the things that we like to do is to talk about the money. And you can do that so many different ways. You can bring your checks. Who has received a commission statement from the Pampered Chef already? I've received like a zillion of them. I've been with the company for quite a long time. Those are so powerful. And think about what if you were working another job and you went and were getting minimum wage and you worked for 3 hours, what you would be receiving. And compare that to what somebody who is doing Pampered Chef and doing a show, an average show of around $640, they're going to receive a check for, you know, like around $120, $130. So if someone is working 3 hours and receiving just minimum wage, $21 plus taxes, all of that taken out, think what a difference that could make in somebody's life for working just a few hours. And I don't think we always put ourselves in that thought process. And think about, you all have complete control over your lives with your business. You know when you're working. You don't have to work for the holidays. You don't have to work on birthdays. You don't have to work on anniversaries. If you have made a schedule, you absolutely know when you can and cannot work. So be thinking about those who don't have any control whatsoever. And those of you who are virtual, raise your hand if you are strictly virtual consultants. Okay, so once again, you have complete control over your life and you're making great money. And we should be sharing that. Don't be afraid whatsoever to be sharing. So one of the things that I know Donna has posted are the 3 ways to get your products. So does anybody use that during their shows or their virtual shows? Raise your hand. Okay, so awesome, Diane. So that is a really powerful, powerful part of your show. Nod your head yes if you have seen that on the Moving Up, or no if you haven't seen it. I see yes, no, indifferent, no. Okay, yes. So when you go back onto the Moving Up after this call, make sure that you are printing that out, and I want you to say it out loud a couple times a day. And why do I want you to do that? I want you to do that because you are going to sound confident and that you believe what you are saying. And you're not stumbling over your words. So the 3 ways to get the products are, of course, that your customers can purchase them. And you can talk about the specials. And then and how they can pay. And then the second way, now I see a head nodding. The second way is that they can book a show and you can hold up your catalog. I have one here, and bring them right to everything that they are going to get when they are a host. And, you know, I always bring them up to a higher number because my show average is so much larger than the average. Because we have such a generous program that, of course, we want to share that with everybody. And then the third way that people can get the products are, of course, to get the kit. And I think about going to the back of Kohl's, or here we have ShopGo. I always just go straight to the clearance racks. You know, if it doesn't say 50% off or 70 or 60% off, I don't even go there. I really love the 90% off racks, but and you have to know that this is 75% off. 75% off. And anyone can purchase that. Isn't that amazing? And if they use their kit coupons, that they can even get a greater percentage off because they're getting $25 or $50 off. So share those commission statements so people know that you are making real money, because we are making real money. We don't get paid with salad choppers and Santoku knives. We get real money, which pays real bills and does real things in our lives. And the more you're in your business and the greater you build your business, your show schedule, and your teams, you're going to be making some fantastic money. And I mean, like, going out and doing shows, and if you average it out, you'll be making like $1,000 per show. I mean, how ridiculous is that? It's ridiculous, but I like it. You like it too? I like it. All right, so one of the things that we use are cards. So has anybody seen these cards before? So I thought I'd bring you all something different who are not part of our gang, our gem team. You can get these on Amazon, or you can get them in the Oriental Trade. So one of the things that you can do, and you can even take pictures of these for your virtual shows. You can do the 3 ways to get the products in your virtual shows too. That's very powerful, to be speaking that directly to people and do exactly what I did, but of course use more words. But with these, having people for RSVPing, that they can get a card when they come, and when they ask questions, that they can get 2 cards when they ask about booking a show, and 3 cards when they ask about the business. So this is kind of powerful with this because it's talking about the money. So think about when you are asked, people are asking questions and you're answering them, and you're handing out cards. What's on the back of these? Money. Money. Woo. So with the money, you can be handing these out for all those questions, and then at the end, you can say, okay, so who has 1 card? And they'll raise their hand, and you can say, did you know, flip it over, did you know that if you just did about 1 show a month, that you could earn an extra $100? What would you do with it? Okay, who has 4 cards in their hand? All right, so did you know if you did just 1 show a week that you'd be earning about $400 a month? You could do virtual shows, you could do live, you could do fundraisers. You could do bridal wedding registries. You could do wedding showers. You could do so many things. And who has 8 cards in their hand? That's about 1 show or 2 shows a week. So just think, what would you do with $800 extra every single month? How would that change your life? And you decide when you're going to work. Now think about it. Who works full-time and who works part-time? Does that compare to what you're making? And it really brings it home to those people. So is anybody doing anything like that during their live shows or their virtual shows? No. Can you see how money talks to people? Galaxy S6 Edge, what is your name? No? What's your name? It says Galaxy S6 Edge for you. What's your name?
I'm Chantal Chansa.
Okay, and where do you live?
I'm in Huntsville, Alabama.
Okay, and who's your director?
Lori Bedwell.
Okay. And do you do mostly virtual, did you say, or both?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I haven't. Yeah, I'm a preschool teacher, so school's about to end. I'll be able to get out and I want to do some, home shows to maybe pick up, more than just my virtual.
Okay. Excellent.
So yeah.
Well, you're a good head nodder.
I figured you was looking at me.
So, yeah, try this out. This is a great way to create interest. And then the next part about that is going to be when you do your full service checkout. So we usually do a prize for, with the cards, who has the largest amount if you add all of the numbers together.
Oh, okay.
Because it's just doing something just a little bit different for them. So it doesn't matter how many cards that they have. It's how much added all together it is. So we usually give a prize for that, and it might just be a small prize. And then we'll say we have one more way for you to get another prize, and that is by filling out the prize drawing slip. So those are the 2 ways that they can get a prize. But when people come through the full service checkout, is everybody doing that? Raise your hand if you're doing a full service checkout. And you can do a full service checkout with your virtual shows and with your live. I hope you all are taking time with your virtual shows to be following up, because that is the key. It's giving them, sending them a message or doing a call and treating them just like they were at a live show. And ask them, what inspired you? So your posting should have things about the business. So what inspired you about the business, about Pampered Chef, or about being a consultant? And then also, which of the theme shows would you and your friends be the most interested in? So, and you can only ask that if you've been sharing and making people drool. So share the drool is what you want to do, instead of just saying, oh, we do this and this and this. For theme shows, we do, you can talk about the ooey gooey chocolate. You can talk about the fajitas done in 8 minutes in the microwave with this really nice fresh guacamole and salsa that just melts in your mouth. And it's one of the most healthy shows that we have. So it's selling the drool. And I encourage all of you to sell that drool, because if you do that, people are literally, have you ever been somewhere and they're talking about food and you're just like, you're just drooling because you want to be part of that. And so for you to be able to go ahead and sell that to people is going to help you with your bookings. Not everybody is interested in free products. I know it's hard to imagine that, but people love social, and there will be those who love to gather friends together. You might want to have some of your virtual shows be themed shows. One of my favorites, my customers' favorites, is the healthy one. So you just change a couple words and the pictures that have to do with healthy, and it will build those bookings for you. I know, Mary Lou, you do like one posting, kind of a themed day, correct?
Right.
So can you share a little bit with that?
Well, I pretty much, the first day, just tell everybody how it works. You know, I post all the specials, the whole special, about the tickets, and introduce myself and ask them to introduce themselves. And then after that, I have a theme for each day. So, you know, one day will be rock crocs, another day will be stoneware. One day I do is all just new products. I've done where my favorite tools, I've done that one. Let me think. What else do I have? Healthy eating, that's always fun. I always do that, usually like on a Monday. Oh, I do entertainment. I do that on Fridays. On Saturdays, I do a baking day. Usually Sundays is when I do the new items or whatever. I play a lot of videos on Sunday because I figure on Sunday people just like to relax. So anyways, yeah. And then the very last few days, then I start hitting them hard with the virtuals. In fact, I've got one that's going to be closing on Friday, so I've got it up right now, and I was just going to page through and see who has commented that hasn't bought, because the party's kind of come to a standstill. Although I did just have a drawing right before I came on. I went live and did a drawing. I had told them at the beginning of the day that if anybody put in an order, the first order that came in anyway would get a Seasons Best. And then to be fair, I said anybody that's already ordered will be in a drawing. So I did not get an order today, so that's kind of depressing, but I'm going to go through and see who has an order that's been making comments. And I did do a drawing, and I'm giving them a choice between Seasons Best or the Quick Wit knife or whatever that is at $2.51. So
Good.
anyway,
Thank you.
yeah.
And Mary Lou does a really great job of going live a lot during her shows. In fact, I was talking to some of our other directors, and they're silently watching her. She doesn't know that. But they love watching her. She's so fun. And people do love watching you live on your shows. So of those who are virtual, nod your head if you go live on your shows. It is so important. Sometimes we don't feel really comfortable at the beginning, but who cares? You know, we're all human, and they say that people love to see things going on in the house, that they love to see mistakes. They want to see you as a human being. But what you're doing is you're creating a relationship with those people that are on there, and relationships are the key to everything. If you can work on relationships and questions in your business, you will have it made, because that's where it's all at. So show yourself live. And if you don't feel comfortable, raise your hand if you don't feel comfortable. No? Okay. So what you can do is you can set up a group on Facebook and add one other person. And you can go live on there as many times as you want and practice. And no one will ever see you except you and that other person. So that is a really great way to do that. And start out with something super simple. I know Rita, when she did her first video, she just did the wine bottle opener. Something very simple. And she knew exactly what to do. She had done it a million times because she likes wine. And so she was able to use it and show it, and she looked confident about her products. But she had fun with it too. So if you're not comfortable, go ahead and practice on a secret little group, and no one will ever know what you're doing. The other thing that you can do is just on your group page, and I am going to encourage that you all do this week. On our Moving Up page, just do a little video on there. Not long, but just maybe even 30 seconds, just to show us that you are trying it out. because that is going to make a huge difference for you in your business. All right. The other thing, and I posted a little video for you the other night, and that was about giving personal encouragements to your hosts for your virtual shows. So with the virtual shows, to help your sales get larger, and that means more bookings. Of course, we want to have about 25 to 30 people going, but you want to give them direction. You give your hosts direction, have them post things and comment, of course, but you have to lead them to what to do. It's just like all of you are going into their home. And so we want those conversations to go and to keep going throughout that week. So what we can do is we can help our hosts by giving them things to say or things to do to make their shows better. And separate from that is that personal encouragement. So just sending them a little message. You're doing such a great job commenting. Oh, I loved what you had to say about the ceramic egg cooker. That's one of my favorite things to do too. Oh, I love the picture that you posted of your breakfast. Just give them those encouragements, and by the end of the week, they are going to feel so empowered because you have made them feel great. Just like during a live show, we want to build our host up because they are letting us see their friends and meet their friends. It is our job to make them feel amazing, and then they will recommend us to others. That's our job. We do our job well, right? Okay. So no matter what you are doing, live or doing virtual shows, make sure that you get the wish lists from your host. And you can use those products throughout your virtual shows and let your customers know that they too can get them for free or get them at a discount or maybe even get them in the kit. So those are other ways to encourage not only the recruit leads, but the sales and the bookings throughout. And they also, you're keeping that in front of your guests that, yes, your host is working for something. So, you know, we're encouraging them to purchase things, but just in a different way. And when you are cooking at home, start posting pictures of every kind of food that you do and put a couple products behind that you have been using. And those are going to encourage bookings too. And they always say 8 to 2 on your pages. So just having pictures of food, maybe recipes, those are part of that 8. You know, those are like that, not in your face selling, but they are generating interest. And then the 2 others would be just coming right out and saying what the specials are or what you could get as a consultant. But really, people love, once again, on your groups, everybody have a VIP group for their customers. Is that a yes or a no? Oh, there's not even a shake. Yes? Huh? No. Okay. So setting up a group is another great way so you know exactly that you have customers who you're talking directly to. So I call mine Cooking with Claire, and you can call it whatever you want. A lot of people call it their VIP group. So you can post a question on your regular page of Facebook. I don't know all this lingo, guys. I'm just trying my best, okay? So you put a question out there and ask them, you know, who loves to cook, or describe yourself in the kitchen. And then anyone who answers, I'll put you into a special group for Pampered Chef, or a special group of my cooking page. And then I will do a drawing. So I might say the first 20, I'll do a drawing. Or the first 5, once they're in there, the first 5 to invite more friends, I'll do a drawing, or I'll give them a season's best. So you're building that up so you have your specific audience. Uh-oh.